Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to Library Create's first book club informational meeting. Today we'll just be going over some of the things that we're planning and for what's ahead. So I'll share my screen right now. Okay, cool. So here we go. Yeah, so basically, this is our book club for this year. So we're gonna have one free meeting for everybody on December 15th. And yeah, so I'm Nikunj Tyagi. I am the founder of libraryCreate. And basically what happened is a couple of years ago, we went to India and then we saw a few libraries and how a few schools and how there were no libraries there. So I mean, for the past couple of years, most of you actually have been here for the tennis clubs and book clubs we've been doing. So we started those with the idea to fund for these libraries, and we finally opened up a website and we have opened a school in India. So yeah, we're excited to get started, and yeah, we're excited for having more libraries. So yeah, basically what we want to ensure is that this project is not something for 2 or 3 years. This is for the rest of our lifetime. So the kids that are going to be joining this book club are going to be here right now as students, but we're also kind of grooming them to be the leaders of this book club in the future. So me and other high schoolers being the ones that are teaching this club, we're going to have young middle schoolers right now that are going to be high schoolers later teaching this. So yeah, we're really excited, and yeah, let's look at the schedule now. So basically, what we have is we have 3 clubs that are all put into one. So we have a speech, a debate, and a coding club. So what we're going to do is in the free class, we're going to have an intro with everybody. The tutors and the students are all going to get to know each other, so it's not very awkward. And we're going to talk about what books we're going to read. So the biggest thing that we do at libraryCreate Book Club is group work. We want to make sure it's not independent work where you have to do a lot of homework and you have to make sure that you're doing a lot of things out of the club. We want to make this really fun for reading, because that's a big thing about reading. If it's not fun, then you don't really want to do it, right? So we're going to have reading at home be like by leisure, but when you come in your group, you're going to make sure that you're putting 100% effort into your projects, and we're going to be doing many debates, speeches, writing, and then we're going to have 2 weeks every 2 months for coding. And in coding, Arjav, who is our coding leader, we'll get into that later, but yeah, we're basically going to be focusing on just coding, which is like creating like more logical analysis in our students. So yeah, this is our basically first quarter's schedule, and we're basically gonna be going by this. So if you want to take a quick picture or something of this, you can take it now. If you guys end up registering for the book club, then we will email this to you. A big thing to remember is if you're doing it by monthly basis, then it's kind of harder for you to be a big it's kind of harder for us to schedule this for each person individually. So that's why we prefer the annual membership. So we have our groups beforehand and we know who's going to be in each group and how we're going to cater it to each group's individual needs. The first thing we're going to look at is some of the activities we're going to be doing in our reading club. So a big part of reading is obviously understanding what the author is doing. But one thing I absolutely hate in school is when teachers make you annotate books, because it completely takes the fun out of reading, right? So we're not going to give you any homework. We're not going to give you any annotations. We're just going to make sure that you read this and you're in your group and you know what's going on. Once you read this, what we're going to do is we're going to go through your group and do many activities, but the main activities we're going to be doing is writing essays. And then we want you to publish a book or some articles on Medium. So when I was younger, I published a few books, and even now that I'm writing articles on Medium. And I find it to be very very helpful for school, because instead of having to get small tips in writing and stuff from my English teacher, it just comes secondhand to me. So I'm able to do it really easily. So we want to make sure that the students in our book club find this ease in school. So now we're going to take this to the speech and debate activities. So the 2 leaders for this, Tanman and Anatej, you guys can introduce yourselves and say what you're going to do for the speech and debate activities.
Hey, yeah, I'm Tanmay. I'm gonna be the speech coach. So this year, learning about speeches, it's mostly gonna be related to the book that you read or the book that we're all reading, and we're gonna make speeches about that, about certain themes and topics from the book itself, and then we're gonna learn how to basically make your speech flow with well-crafted sentences, so that you can get your point across easily. So that's like the first thing that we'll learn, and then obviously we'll get into how to perform and present those. So like public speaking tips and tricks, and we will also be watching some famous speeches that have gone on in the past to just learn about how we can kind of adapt to those styles as well. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing in the speech part.
Yeah, okay. So, hi guys, my name is Anatej, and for debate this year, we're also going to be trying to mainly look at this through the literature perspective, trying to develop debates around this story and how you can develop these debates and grow as a person. I think that debating is something that not only would apply well for school and analyzing pieces of literature, but also helps you grow as a person. It helps you understand different perspectives and take into account the complexity of different subjects. So mainly what we're going to do this year, developing debate and argument skills through the study of literature and learn to understand and appreciate other perspectives, because that ultimately is going to help you throughout high school and throughout your life as well.
Yeah, cool. So thank you guys. That was great. So yeah, that's what we're going to be looking at as our main activities. You know, writing is big, but even more than writing, if you can't talk about what you're doing in class, then it really doesn't matter. So this is going to be our main focus point, and most of our group projects are going to be based across this. Now, another thing that we are adding this year is coding activities because that's such a big part of our future. So yeah, Arjav, I'll let you take that away.
Hi, so my name is Arjav, as Nikunj introduced. I've been coding since elementary school, and it's come into use with many things. So in high school, especially, there's many classes that incorporate coding to their curriculum, and in the future, it's going to be a part of many jobs. And as some of your parents may be computer science professionals, and it's a fast growing field, and it has a really good future. So in order to get prepared for this, for our future, it's good to start early. And if you have experience going into high school, you can get ahead of the game basically. So basically what we're going to be doing is you guys are going to be split into two groups. So if you have a little bit of coding experience, or you kind of know what you're doing, you can join the intermediate group. So in the intermediate group will be so we're going to be doing straight to writing code, like no blocks, like no scratch. We're going to be writing code the way that professionals do it. So we're just going to be learning data structures, variables, maybe even algorithms. So those, and we're going to be coding in Python, which is mainly used for big data. So all these companies, they harvest this data, and to do that, they use Python especially in order to do that. So nowadays, this data is really important in many things. So they can target ads to specific consumers. So Python is a very marketable skill that everyone should have if you're going to the computer science field. So that's what the intermediate kids will be learning. And the beginner kids, we're going to start with block coding, and then um,
Arjav.
based on your guys's progress, we can slowly transition to writing code, and then you guys can catch up to the intermediate kids. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, awesome. So yeah, like Arjav was saying, a big thing that we want to do is get these kids prepped for the future because most of the stuff we want to be able to use in real life. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be doing in our club. And what I want you guys to keep in mind is that this is overall for our organization, right? So what you're doing is helping our charity, and you're being part of something bigger than just learning for school, right? So basically what we've been doing is we've just been working as we have been the past few years, but now we actually have a good setup and a library in India, and many rural kids, like, we don't really appreciate how our libraries are. We don't really go that often, but it's really cool how libraries can instill like a sense of education in us from a young age. When I was younger, I used to go to the library all the time with my parents, and that habit of reading has come now. Many kids right now are kind of wasting their time with video games and things they shouldn't be doing when they could be reading. So yeah, we want to make sure we instill this in kids in India and make sure that we give them a sense of what cool education is like. So yeah, I'd just like to ask you guys if you have any questions, and yeah. So yeah, if anybody in this meeting who's interested has any questions, you could unmute now and ask. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine if nobody has any immediate questions right now. So we have a little
I
bit.
have a quick question. So
Yeah.
what age group you are planning to divide the kids into?
Yeah, so what we're planning to do is we're planning to have a middle school group and an elementary school group. And this will obviously also be based on how many kids end up signing up and registering for this. But yeah, we plan to have like a higher middle school, like 7th, 8th grade, and then some 6th graders that we've seen their level is like at that level. And then we also have like the 4th, 5th graders, 3rd graders, and then like the younger kids level. So the reason we do this is because we make group work very important. And if in the group there's some kids at a very high level and some kids at a very low level, you won't be able to get good group work done in that way.
Thank you.
Cool. Anyone else? Okay, yeah, no problem. So I just wanted to show you guys a video of the library that we have constructed. It's really cool actually, and you can kind of see the kids in action in their library. Okay, let me screen share. Okay. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear and see this. libraryCreate is proud to present to you our... Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Awesome, thanks. First library.
We can't hear it anymore.
Yeah, where they can read. Okay, I think that might be through mute. Okay, I'll try again. Sorry. libraryCreate is proud to present to you our first library located in Morena, India. The school administration of MP Government Higher Secondary School Chenna has opened this up on their school grounds and are excited to give their students this opportunity. In our first library, we give the children access to many tables where they can come, sit, and discuss. It is a nice quiet area where they can read and write about their favorite books. Here at libraryCreate, we give a lot of importance to group work and innovation, and the kids are really able to access their creative powers when they're in this library. Our library has almost 200 books, ranging from biographies to magazines to nice fiction novels. The students absolutely love it, and the library is arranged in such a fashion that the kids have 1 week to check out books and then they have to return them so other students can read. Our library takes organization very importantly, and as you can see here, the books are organized properly by genre. We can see here the historical fiction and nonfiction categories. This was libraryCreate's first library. We thought of it like a trial run, but this turned out to be a huge success. We would like to thank everybody that helped us along the way, and we would especially like to thank the school administration for making this possible. Awesome. Yeah. So that's kind of a small idea what we're doing. And yeah, we hope to build many more in many other areas for kids that do not have our privileges. So yeah, if you guys could, so I'll show you guys how to register on our site. So basically you go to book club and then you go down to sign up here. And then you can either take the annual plan, which is for the whole year. And then we meet every 2 weeks based on whichever group you're on, or the monthly plan. And it's the same thing, but we suggest annual plan since it's a little easier for us to plan it out for each person based on that. But yeah, this is our organization, and we are excited to have you guys on board. So yeah, if you're planning to register after this, welcome. And if not, I would like to just have some more time for questions if anybody has something that they would like to ask about this. Okay, cool. So yeah, if there's nothing else, then you guys can leave the meeting now and you can go on our website and register. Yeah, have a nice night. Thank you.
Thank you.